All right. All right. Good morning, everybody. Get ready for the low board report. I'll give you just a second. Right here. All right. Good morning, everybody. This is Calvin Butler with the RBBS Logistics Planning Center. The time now is 6:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Thursday morning. So that means it's time for the low board report. I apologize for yesterday. They were doing some work out here, and the internet was down. So I didn't do the low board report on yesterday morning because they were doing some work out here on the fiber optics, and so we had an internet blackout. So for most of the morning, but we are here this morning for the low board report. We have Ms. Rochelle Benjamin is in the house with us this morning, and so we're gonna go ahead and continue and get started. Let me go and start sharing my screen. All right. All right, as you all can see here, this morning we are going to be coming from direct freight, where we're at this morning. And of course, the low board report is always sponsored by the RBBS Distribution Center and the National Dispatchers Network. So let's go ahead and get started. And y'all give me just one moment. Y'all give me just one moment. There we go. If I can share my screen. So we can get up and going. There we go. All right. There we go. So we're up and running this morning, and we're going to be on using our favorite low board, which is direct freight. So let's go ahead and get started, and let's see what's going on in you all's neck of the woods when it comes to freight and load availability. Now, as you all know, the load count has dropped off considerably. Like I told everybody once before, I've been informing people of this for about the last year, letting people know that this phenomenon that we had for the last 2 years was to be in a whole lot of freight. Because look, I'm gonna be honest with you, the last 2 years since 2020, there has been so much freight out there. I'm talking about Texas was showing like 10,000 loads, Florida was showing like 3,000 loads. I had been telling everyone from the beginning when that low count jumped up like that. I had been telling everyone that that was not normal. Okay, that was because of we was in the height of a pandemic. You know, demand was up. There was a lot of freight, a lot of freight. Also, some of the low prices you all were seeing for the last 3 years, and I kept telling y'all this also too. When you're seeing these freights that's paying $23 per mile, $27 per mile, 19, 18, 17, 10, and you're seeing a bunch of it. I'm talking about you go to the load board and you will see almost, 3 pages of freight that was way above $6 per mile. That was not normal. And I told y'all that eventually things were going to revert back to the way they were before we started seeing those incredible high prices on freight and the incredible load counts in each of the states. Well, that time is here. Okay. All right. As you all know, as you all have noticed, the load counts for freight, the amount of freight out there has dropped off considerably, Well, that's because it's going back to its normal thing now. Okay, things are starting to get back some type of normalization. Fuel prices are still kind of high, but it is coming down. People have gotten over the COVID scare, and people are getting back into their normal things. People going back to work, businesses coming back open, things of that nature. So with all that being said, we're now seeing a revert back to the normalization of the freight industry. Okay, so for those of you who got into this business in the last 2 years, and you thought that was normal to have 3,000 loads available in Florida, to have 10,000 loads available in Texas, to have 5 and 6 and 7,000 loads available in Georgia and Alabama, and places like that, that was not normal. To have in South Dakota 1,500 loads, in Wyoming, you were seeing load counts of 2,000 loads, and in Montana, you were seeing load counts of 800 loads. North Dakota, you were seeing load counts of about 600-700 loads. That was not normal. What you're seeing now is normal. It's getting back to normal. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's look at the snapshot of the country and see what we got going on. All right, in California, we have 763 loads that are showing available this morning in California. In Oregon, we have 323 loads. In Washington, great state of Washington, we're showing 408 loads available. In Indiana, in Idaho, we're showing 186 loads. Nevada, 115 loads. Utah, 309 loads. Arizona, 246 loads. New Mexico, we're showing 183 loads. Colorado, we're showing 250 loads. Wyoming, 116 loads. Montana, 110 loads. In North Dakota, we're showing 54 loads. South Dakota, 137 loads for showing available in South Dakota this morning. In Nebraska, we're showing 161 loads available. In Kansas, we're showing 306 loads available. Oklahoma, 211 loads. Great state of Texas, we're showing 1,895 loads this morning. Louisiana, we're showing 642 loads. In Arkansas, we're showing 612 loads. In Missouri, we are showing 412 loads. In Kansas, 306 loads. In Iowa, we're showing 255 loads available this morning. In Minnesota, we're showing 284 loads available this morning. Where we are here in Wisconsin, we're showing 539 loads. Over in Michigan, we're showing 582 loads. In Illinois, we're showing 920 loads. In Indiana, 690 loads. In Kentucky, we are showing 313 loads. In great state of Tennessee, we're showing 460 loads. Alabama this morning, we're showing 877 loads. In Georgia, we're showing 810 loads. In the state of Florida, my home state, we're showing 660 loads. Moving up here to South Carolina, we have 375 loads. North Carolina, we have 625 loads. Virginia, we have 454 loads. Kentucky, in case I didn't mention it, we have 313 loads. Hope everyone down there is staying dry with that rain and flooding. A lot of people lost their lives, so we send out our condolences and our best wishes to Kentucky, to the great state of Kentucky. In West Virginia, we're showing 122 loads. In Ohio, we're showing 632 loads. PA, Pennsylvania, we're showing 825 loads. New York, we're showing 401 loads. In Maine, we're showing 107 loads. New Hampshire, 42 loads. Vermont, 43 loads. Massachusetts, 208 loads. Rhode Island is showing 42 loads available this morning. Connecticut is showing 124 loads. New Jersey, 459 loads. Delaware, 78 loads this morning. And looks like Maryland is showing 264 loads. We go down here to our friends down west, out deep south and west. We're showing Mexico has 4 loads. Go to our friends in the north, in Canada, in British Columbia, we're showing 35 loads. Our Alberta was showing 7 loads. Saskatchewan was showing 1 load. Manitoba was showing 5 loads. Ontario was showing 21 loads. Quebec was showing 7 loads. In New Brunswick was showing 1 load. And in Nova Scotia was showing 4 loads. And we have 1 load in Newfoundland. And we have no loads in Nunavut or in Northwest Territories, and we have no loads in the Yukon Territory as well. Okay. And for our super truckers over there in Alaska, there are 3 loads over there in super truck country in Alaska. I'm sure there's more, but that's all that this load board here is reported. So that's what we have as far as a look at what's going on in the country when it comes to freight and load availability, what's going on in your neck of the woods. Now, as always, if you need freight, if you are a dispatcher, if you are a truck driver, owner operator out there, if you need some freight this morning, give me a call, 866-973-6445. That's 866-973-6445. Hit extension 0, and you get me this morning and tell me where you're at, what type of trailer you have, and give me some indication of what you're looking for, and we'll see if we can find you some decent paying freight this morning. We'll give it away for you free. We just giving away freight this morning. Give away free. That's what we do on the load board report. We give away freight. I won't charge anything for it. I won't charge any type of dispatch fee. I won't ask you to sign any type of dispatch agreement. I will find the freight for you. We'll break it down for you. We'll tell you who to contact, the broker, the name, number. You can call them up, get that load and run it. It's all on me. All right, there we have it. So that's what we're doing on the load board. But let's check in with our YouTube people and see what we got going on over here on YouTube. See what we got going on this morning. It's our YouTube crowd, my YouTube channel. See who's checked in this morning so far. So far on the load board report, we have Elisa is on this morning. Hi, Elisa. Lisa so fly. I like that name. All right, good morning. Good morning to you, Ms. Johnson. Thank you for joining this morning. We have 5 people watching on YouTube. 1 has checked in so far. We do have 5 people watching on YouTube. If you're on YouTube and you need freight, let us know which state you're in, and let us know what your trailer type is, and we will try and find you some freight. As always, we are sponsored by the National Dispatchers Network. This is our back office site where all of our students get to go and use all of our tools and resources. We provide all of our students access to more than 100 load boards, so they don't have to pay for load boards. They get access to more than 19 million shippers, so they don't have to have a shipper list. They get access to every registered owner operator in the United States. They get access to our network of 2,967 industry professionals. They get access to all our documents, contracts, and agreement forms, everything that's needed to run the dispatch firm. And they also get access to my little smiling face every Thursday for our live training from 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, I try to do the load board report most mornings here at 6 a.m. till about 7 a.m. So they got a lot of access. They got a lot of stuff that most platforms don't give. And in the future, in the very near future, we're going to be giving away more stuff. Why? Because we have a program where we are allowing people to get their own RBBS Logistics Learning Center. That's right. People can now own your very own RBBS Logistics Learning Center and its subsidiaries. And as of today, we have 4 new owners of their own RBBS Logistics Learning Center. And they are going to be creating their own training platform, their own YouTube channel. That's right. And therefore, you all, students and people who are joining the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, are going to get access to a lot more stuff. So that means you're going to have more trainers. You're going to have more mentors. You're going to have more YouTube channels that you can tune into. You're going to have more live training sessions that you can attend to. You won't just have me. You have myself. Darren Stevens is one of our owners. He's going to be doing something. I think his platform is going to feature auto haul training. He's going to do other training, regular dispatch training, but he's going to specialize in auto haul training. So that's going to be very interesting. We have Miss Jen Williams. She mentioned that she might be doing something for women in trucking. And we have Miss Barbara Caldwell. She's going to be doing something along the lines of I think she said she was going to do something along the lines of her YouTube channel was going to be on something along the lines of a logistics and freight red table talk, where you're going to have a bunch of people who are within the industry who are going to come and have live conversations and kind of like a podcast and stuff like that. We have Miss Tasha Washington, who's starting her program. And I don't know exactly what she's going to be doing, but she's going to do something very exciting, very different as well. So we're going to have a lot of different new personalities other than myself. Okay. You're going to have a lot of people who are much more good looking than I am. So y'all won't mind tuning in and watching them as they help you all learn more about dispatching freight. And you're going to have a lot more people to learn from and a lot more people that you're going to be able to go to and get mentorship from. Now, with that being said, because we're going to have all these different RBBS Logistics Learning Centers, and you're going to have access to all these different trainers and all these different, trainers and mentors and YouTube channels, the price is going to go up. I'll let y'all know that now. So if you're already in the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, you're fine. You're going to get access to all this new stuff at no added cost. If you join our platform before we bring on these new RBBS Logistics Learning Centers, you will get access to all this stuff without any additional cost. All the trainers, all the training platforms, all the mentors, all the different YouTube channels, all the different live training sessions on the different dates and times. So you will be able to attend all the live training sessions or the ones that you want to attend anytime you want to. But the price is going up. Do I know what the price is going to be? No, I do not know. We discussed that in our owners meeting. We have our owners meeting every Monday night from 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time till about 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's some of the things that we're going to be discussing in our owners meeting on what the new price is going to be. But it is going to be more because we're giving away a whole lot more. We have a whole lot more things that we're bringing to the table. And we are positioning ourselves as a training platform to become the go-to training platform in the industry. Because why would you join a platform where you only have one trainer, one training class, one course, but you can join one that has several trainers, several mentors, several training courses, several YouTube channels, and so forth. So that's what we're doing. So the RBBS Logistics Learning Center is expanding, it is growing, it is coming into its own, and we're establishing ourselves as the premier and the go-to training platform for freight brokers, dispatchers, and owner-operators. So if you all are looking to get on with the RBBS, if you've been thinking about it, if you've been putting it off, if you've been waiting for a good time to join, now is the time for you all to join the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers and the National Dispatchers Network, because in the near future, the price is going to go up. Our monthly subscription fee is going to go up, and the enrollment fee is going to go up. For those of you who are already in, you are good. You don't have to worry about your price going up or anything like that. For those of you who join before we make these changes, you will be good. But if you wait until afterwards, then you're going to have to deal with whatever the new prices are. All right, so there you have it. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our freight search here this morning. Let's check YouTube again and see if we got anybody that has requested anything. Nothing so far. All right, my phone is not ringing yet. Remember, 866-973-6445 is the number to call if you need freight this morning. 866-973-6445, extension 0 is the number to call this morning if you need freight. All right, let's go ahead and take a look in the state of, let's go to Alabama this morning. Let's see what we got going on in Alabama, the home of Forrest Gump. Let's see what he got going on down there. As he said, Mama always said, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Same thing about these load boards. You never know what you're going to get. So that's where we at this morning. All right, if you're on direct freight, which is one of our go-to load boards, which is one of the load boards that we provide for our students that they don't have to pay for. If you notice here, it breaks down the loads now. They've changed the load board a little bit. It's got a little bit better. They give you a total load count. They give you a load count based on the cities that have the most loads showing available, okay? So they give you a total load count. So there's a total load count of 877 loads this morning in the state of Alabama. In Montgomery, there's 540 loads. 481 of those loads are out of Tuscaloosa. 466 loads are out of Birmingham. Now, I know y'all are probably saying, but Calvin, it says it has 877 total loads, but Montgomery has 540 and Tuscaloosa has 481. That's more than the 877. Yes, I see that. Okay, I see that. That is more than the 877. So the total load count does not reflect all the loads. Okay, for some reason it doesn't. Okay, but as you see here, Montgomery has 540 loads, Tuscaloosa has 481 loads, Birmingham has 466 loads, Huntsville has 430 loads, and Florence, Alabama has 378 loads. So if you're going on here and you're clicking on where it says view 877 loads, the total load count, before you do that, if you're in the state of Montgomery or Tuscaloosa or Birmingham or Huntsville, check those separately too, because they have loads that are not being reflected in the total load count. In case y'all didn't catch that, I want to make sure y'all caught that, because I was doing some research. I was looking for some loads early this morning. I got up about 4 o'clock this morning looking at some loads, and I noticed that same thing in Florida. I noticed the same thing in most of the so I noticed that about their load count that they're showing here, that the total load count is not really reflective of what's going on in each and every city. All right, but we're gonna go to the total load count, and we're gonna pull up Alabama, and of course we're always gonna go over to the estimated rate per mile. When you get on this load board, you always want to go to the estimated rate per mile. Okay, reason why you want to do that is because that's gonna give you the true amount of money, the true best rate of that load is paying. Because you can click pay rate. A lot of people like to click pay rate, and they click pay rate. Yeah, it's going to show some high load money, but you also got to look at this right here too. Look at the trip miles. Yeah, see right there. This load is paying $6,200. It's going to show you the highest the pay rate, and it's going to go down from there. So it's going to go from high to low. But is that really the best paying freight? The highest pay rate is not necessarily the best paying freight, because what you have over here, you have trip miles. All right, in your trip miles, that's 1,652 trip miles. So that means that load is only paying about $3.75 per mile, even though you're looking at $6,200. You know, that's a lot of money, but really it's not, because it's only paying $3.75 per mile. With fuel still being pretty high, you know, above $4 per mile, that's not going to be as much money as you think it is. Okay, when you're going 1,652 miles. Okay, that's not going to be as much money as you think it is, because it's going to take how much fuel to run that load. And I'm going to show you all that. You got to go 1,652 miles. Fuel right now, a truck only gets 5.56 miles to the gallon. That's all a truck gets. 5.56 miles to the gallon. That's all it's going to get. All right. And the fuel right now is still about 424, 425. So let's go ahead and say fuel is 4.25. All right. That's fuel. All right. And then you're only getting 5.56 miles to the gallon. So that's 1,600. And this is how you calculate fuel. You take the miles, 1,652 miles, you divide it by what it takes on the gallons, what the fuel, what the mileage is that the truck gets. Trucks only get 5.56 miles to the gallon, so you divide that by 5.56. Okay, that's good. That means you're gonna need 297 gallons of fuel to run that trip. So you might as well go ahead and make that 300 gallons. because you're not going to get right at 297 because when you get there, you're going to run out of fuel. You want enough fuel to get you to the gas and get some more fuel, or at least get you back to the truck stop. So you're going to go ahead and let's say that's 300. You're going to need 300 gallons. Okay, that's what you're going to need. You're going to need 300 gallons. Now, as we said, fuel is still about $4.25, $4.35 per gallon. So you take that times 4.25, and that's going to give you, that's how much money it's going to take on the fuel. That's $1,275 to run that load 1,652 miles. So now that 6,200 doesn't look so great, does it? It's not even $375 a mile anymore. It kind of drops down. Okay, so you come down to almost $5,000. That's what you're actually going to be getting. A little bit less than 5,000, about 4,080, 4,700 and some odd dollars. So that's what you're going to be looking at. Okay, so it's not as good as it looks because of the fuel factor and the mileage that you have to go. So, and this load right here that says $5,200, that looks decent, but here again, you got to go even further on the miles, 1,803 miles. You see what I'm saying? So that load is really going to fall less than $3 per mile. Just less than $3 a mile, less than $3 a mile. So you see what I'm saying? So this, when you see a high number here, that's not always an indication of the best paying freight. In order to get your best paying freight, click on where it says estimated rate per mile. You always want to look at that. That's going to give you your best paying freight. Why? Because it's giving you an accurate rate per mile amount, but they're shorter run loads, so you're not spending near as much in fuel. Shorter run loads, not spending near as much in fuel, and you have a decent pay. You have a decent pay rate, and your estimated rate per mile is always going to be on a little bit higher count. It's going to be more in line with what you're looking for as far as rate per mile. And because they're shorter run loads, you can run more of those loads. You can probably run at least 3 of these loads, 3 loads similar to this. And if you're running 3 loads at $750, a day on each load, if you're running three similar loads, 750 times 3, and that gives you more money than you would have made if you ran that one long load that spent a whole bunch more fuel. And you're not going to spend as much fuel here because you're running shorter run loads. Okay? You're not going to spend as much money on fuel. Okay? Because you're running those shorter run loads. All right? So this is what I like to look for, is these short run loads. And I also like to look at short run loads because normally short run loads, they're the ones that gives you what's called dedicated runs. Check this out. I want y'all to take a look at something. This load right here, Castleberry to Montgomery, that's dedicated. Why? Because it runs today, right, the 4th, and it runs tomorrow. Now it takes a break on the weekend, but I guarantee it picks back up on Monday, and runs Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's a dedicated run. So that's $600 per day. Okay, you got time enough to run what? At least 3 more loads. Y'all see that? This is how I like to look for freight. This is how I tell my carrier. When I sign on any new carrier, the conversation that I have, and let's talk about this conversation you got to have with the carrier. Now, yesterday somebody called me, one of my students called me and sent me something and said, Calvin, I just graduated from your program. It's been about 2 months now, and I ain't made no money. So I said something back to him. I said, really? I said, because we have a young lady who just started with our program, Miss Tasha Washington. She's been doing it now for a little over a month. Matter of fact, she just paid her first month of subscription payment, and she's got 6 employees, 6 dispatch agents. One of her dispatch agents has signed on 6 truckers, and they're dispatching them freight every day, making money. She's on her way. Her and her dispatcher. Her dispatcher is on their way to doing almost $2,000 a week. She's on her way to doing almost $3,000 to $4,000 a week. Now, what do you think that she's doing differently that you're not doing? So I called him up. I got the text from him. So I called him up. I said, hey, how you doing? He said, hey. I said, so let me ask you a question. How many owner operators do you call every day? Well, I've been calling about, maybe 10. Some days I don't call. I said, so you're not doing what we told you to do. You're not doing what we say do in training. In training, we say call 50 owner operators every day. Pitch 50 owner operators every day. Pitch 50 owner operators every day. So you're not doing that. Okay, that's number one. Number two, do you have an owner operator signed up? Oh, yeah. I got some owner operator signed up. But when I send them freight, y'all was telling me that's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I want. Okay, so in other words, you're not doing what you said you was going to do in the pitch. Because remember, in the pitch, you ask them how much money do you need to move your truck, and you let them know that you want to look for freight to spend the kind of money that they want to get paid, going to the places that they want to go, for the kind of freight they want to pull. So if you're not finding the type of freight that they want, why are you calling them up trying to show them freight that they don't really want? And another thing is, did you have the conversation with your owner operator? What conversation? Conversations I tell all my students to have. I see it just about every one of my training videos. You gotta have a serious conversation with your owner operator. You gotta let them know this is the conversation you gotta have. Mr. Owner Operator, you are a truck driver. That's what you went to school for. So you know how to drive a truck. I know how to find you freight and to make you the most money possible. In order for this to work, you're gonna have to do your job, but you're gonna have to let me do my job. Okay? Sometimes when I find you freight, it may not be what you're looking for, but I'm sending you to a place that's gonna get you to where you can get what you're looking for. Okay? Also, these high numbers you're seeing right now, or that you've been seeing for the past 2 years, that's not normal. Freight is now getting back to a normal stage. Some days or some weeks, I'm gonna have to run you down somewhere, and you're gonna have to stay in that area and run for a week to make great money. Because there's not gonna be great paying freight in the area that you're in. Okay? That's not how the business works. The business does not revolve around you. It doesn't revolve around me. It doesn't revolve around any one person. High paying freight is where high paying freight is. Okay? So high paying freight is not always going to be in your immediate vicinity or in the area that you want to drive in. So I know a lot of people say you can't make money in Florida, but a lot of times I need to run you down to Florida and leave you in Florida and run there for a week. Why? Because you can make great money in Florida with dedicated freight. I need to run you down to Alabama. Why? Because I can find you some great paying freight in Alabama that you're going to run the same loads every day, 5 days a week. You run about 3 loads a day. Each of those loads paying anywhere from $500 up to about, each load paying anywhere from $500 to about $1,200 to $1,500 per day. So you can be looking to making somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,250 to $2,200 per day, 5 days a week, and you'll be off every weekend, able to go back home every weekend. That's better than me trying to run you all over the country, finding you freight here and there, and you getting home every second, third, or fourth week, and you're not even making half the money that you should be making. Okay? Because you got to learn to, there's only 2 ways to operate this type of business. You're either in trucking because of the lifestyle, or you're in trucking because of the business. The lifestyle is not going to make you money. The business will make you money. Now, you need to decide what you want as a truck, as an owner operator. Do you want to work a business, or do you want to live a lifestyle? Because I'm in the business of running a business. And if your goal and your desire is to have a lifestyle, then we don't match. Okay? We're not gonna go together too well. Because my business is to make you make more money. And that's the business side of things. Now, if you want a lifestyle, go live a lifestyle, but don't expect to make no money. Because you can't have both. Okay? This is a business. And the mistake that a lot of truck drivers and owner operators make, they want a lifestyle. I want the trucking lifestyle. I want to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend in every state. I want to be able to bounce around. I want to be free. Okay, well, be free and be broke. But you got to make a decision. Business or lifestyle. Okay, I'm about business. That's why my carriers make money. That's why I make money, because we are about business. That's the conversation you gotta have with your carrier. So they gotta understand that you are a professional and you are there to make them money. So when you tell them, I need to run you down to Florida, you can stay down in Florida for at least 6 weeks. That's a week at a time. Now every weekend you come back home, but while you're down there, you're gonna make great money. You're not gonna be running all over the country. You're gonna be in sunny Florida, beaches, 5 days a week, back in the same place every night, running the same loads every day, off every weekend. I can't do that if you're up in Montana trying to find loads. I can't do that if you're in Nevada trying to find loads. I can't do that if I got you up in Rhode Island trying to find loads. I can do that down in Florida, Alabama, Texas, Georgia, places like that. That's the conversation you have to have with your carrier. If you ever had that conversation, then you're not in charge. And if you're not in charge, you can't help them. Okay? You can't, trust me, you cannot help an owner operator make money if you're not in charge of, if you're not the one in charge of finding freight. Let them be in charge of driving, you be in charge of finding freight. That's the only way this works. That's the only way it works. And if I have an owner operator who doesn't want to work like that, then I don't work with them. I move on, I get to somebody else. Simple as that. You don't have time to waste with owner operators who are stubborn and want to have a lifestyle. Work with the ones that want to be worked with, and I guarantee you, you will have a great relationship. You will find them freight, they will run a load, they'll stay busy, they will make money, and you will make money. But you got these owner operators that you're always clashing with, you're always bumping heads with, neither one of you is going to make any money. Okay? So that's the business, y'all. That's the business. Y'all know me, I tell it like it is. I really do. And if you piss the owner operator off, then so be it. It doesn't matter anyway, because they weren't going to never work with you the right way, no way. So have that conversation, have it in the same tone of voice that I just had it in, because you have to be the dominant one in that relationship. You have to be. You have to be the dominant one in that relationship, because it's your job to manage their business. Their job is to drive. Your job is to find them freight and make them the most money possible. Okay? That's the conversation you gotta have. And I tell my students this all the time, but when I got on the phone with him, he said, well, I haven't really had that conversation. Okay, then. So then you not making money is your fault. It got nothing to do with the program, because people who are following my advice, people who follow the program, they're making money. You're not making money because you haven't done hardly any of the things that we ask you to do. You don't make the 50 phone calls a day. You don't pick 50 owner operators. You haven't had this conversation with the owner operator. We haven't talked to owner operators about relocating down to everything that's making the money. You're letting them control your job. That's why you're not making any money. All right? So there you go. All right. Let's see what we got on YouTube. Let's see if we got anybody that has still nothing over there. All right. So let's go back over here. All right. In Alabama, as y'all can see here, we got some dedicated freight here. There's a dedicated load there. There's another dedicated load here from Demopolis to, I guess that's Nuvo. And that's a flatbed. This is a reefer. This is a flatbed. 48,000 pounds. This one runs on today and tomorrow. $5 per mile, $660. This is dedicated from Albertville to Ball Ground, flatbed, step deck, runs today and tomorrow. Here's another dedicated from Mapleville to Albertville. Okay, runs to today, tomorrow. Oh, and you got two of them that runs today. Ladies got two that runs. Two of them runs on today, and one runs on tomorrow. Now, be careful with this second one that says that it runs today. That might be the same load because it's by a different broker. Y'all see that? When you see stuff like this right here, these two right here is shipping connection. So you know that's dedicated. This one right here may be a dedicated, but it's by a different company, but the same right, that might be the same load. Because a lot of times brokers will have the same load, because shippers, in case y'all didn't know it, shippers dedicate freight to the same freight to many different brokers. So there's times when you come on a load board, you see the same load offered by different brokers. Okay, you will see the same load offered by different brokers, and you notice here the price is different. 920 is here, 900 is here. Why is that? Because these brokers have probably done what they're supposed to do and negotiate their margin up front. So they are pricing the loads according to what type of margin they have. You see what I'm saying? That's part of my broker training. Y'all want to see what my broker training is and wonder what margins are. Attend my training on Saturdays, 10:15 a.m. on Saturday morning. We have the brokers hour where I do broker training and show people, how to properly broker freight and what that's all about. All right. But he have another dedicated, Birmingham to Thompson, more dedicated freight today and tomorrow. So as y'all can see, you got a lot of dedicated freight. A lot of dedicated freight. Just about all these loads are dedicated. Talladega on the Gun, Birmingham, Kings Mountain, Thomasville to Charlotte, Thomasville to Jacksonville, Tuscaloosa to Huntsville. You got that. All this is dedicated. All this is dedicated. Thomasville to Jacksonville again, Mapleville to Adamsville. So all this stuff is dedicated freight. So there is still, and all this freight is above $3 per mile. So there's still a lot of decent paying freight out there, you all. As y'all see, we're still, as we're going down here, we're still at more than $3 per mile, and we're still seeing a whole bunch of dedicated freight. A whole bunch of dedicated freight. Now, most of it is flatbed. We got some van loads down here, but most of the dedicated freight is flatbed. Okay? Most of it is flatbed, but we do have some van loads. Decatur to Tampa. That's a van load. That's dedicated. Okay? Now, that doesn't run until next week sometime. Yeah, the 18th and the 11th, the 18th, somewhere around there. But we still got a bunch of dedicated freight down here. Here's a whole bunch of flatbed dedicated. Look at this van. Albertaville to Liverpool, to Liverpool. Still dedicated freight. It's running 760 miles. It's taking about a day and a half to run that freight. So it's not going to be like a quick run. So this is going to be, if you've got 2 trucks, you can run this every day. If you only got 1 truck, you're going to run it once every other day. So it's going to take you a day and a little bit to get there. Then it's going to take you a day and a little bit to get back. So if you got 2 or 3 trucks within your company, you can grab these loads and run them every day. They're each paying $2,300, so they're paying good freight, paying $3.03 a mile. So it's good freight, but it's only going to be a good dedicated for a small trucking company that has at least 3 trucks, 2 or 3 trucks. Okay, if you're a 1 truck operation, you're not going to be able to run these loads every day like they put on here. Like they pick up on the 4th, the 5th, and then they pick back up starting next week on the 8th, and you see what I'm saying, and the 9th, and they run like that. But you're not going to be able to run these every day if you are a one truck owner operator. Because it's going to take you at least a day and a half to run each load. Because the most a driver can drive in the 11-hour driving shift, and most trucks are governed at 65 miles an hour. Well, the most you're going to be able to drive is going to be 650 miles tops. Tops. Most drivers only drive 450 to 500 miles, then they shut down. But if you are the type of driver that drives door to door and bell to bell, keep that door closed, and you want to stop for your half-hour break, you can do 650 miles. I know, because I used to do it all the time. You can do 600 to 650 miles, but you're not going to be able to do more than that legally. So it's going to take you a day and a half, a driving shift and being part of another driving shift following the next day to make that run. So in order to make that a constant dedicated thing, you're going to need at least 3 trucks. You're going to need at least 3 trucks. So if you're a small trucking company with these 3 trucks, you can make that happen. That is a great dedicated for a small company. That's $2,300 per day on each one of those loads. So if you're a small trucking company, let me show you what that looks like. Looking at $2,300 per day, if you got 3 trucks as a trucking company, you're gonna do that times 5 days a week. as a trucking company, small trucking company, with just 3 trucks, you're going to do $11,500 a week times 52 weeks. So that's almost $600,000 a year as a small trucking company. That's not bad for one dedicated run with 3 trucks. Now, are you going to be paying your drivers out of that? Yeah. If you're paying drivers, decent pay, 35 cents per mile, 38 cents per mile, or whatever the case may be, they're making good money. They're making decent money because those loads are running on average 750 miles. So 750 miles times point, let's say 37 cents per mile on average, they're making, $277 on running that load. And if they're not paying for fuel, if you're the company owner, you're paying for the fuel line, they don't have any expenses. That's $277 for that load right there. 750 miles, 37 cents a mile, and then they're running that every other day. So they're gonna run three a week. So that's gonna be times 3 a week is what they're gonna be running. So that's $832 a week with no expenses. I think it's kind of low for a truck driver, but that's about average for most truck drivers. If you're working for a company, you're a company driver. I would like to see company drivers make at least $1,000 a week. Is what I like to see company drivers make, at least $1,000 a week. So you might want to increase that to about 47 cents or 50 cents, or like company used to do 53 to 60 cents per mile, then that would work. So if you're paying them like, let's say 57, I think about 750 miles times 0.57 cents per mile, 427, that times 3, then that's going to be more like $1,282 a week. Okay, but that's a good deal for a small trucking company right there. That's a decent deal for a small trucking company. Here's another one, Nicholson. Now this one, you can actually do this. You can actually run this every other day. You can't run it every day because you gotta get there and then get back. You can get there one day, but you ain't gonna be able to get back the same day. It's gonna take you a day to get there, and then a day to get back. Then you can pick it up again, a day to get there, and then a day to get back. Then you pick it up again, then get there and then get back. So you can run this. That one runs every other day. That pays decent. Okay. So when you start getting further down and you get these higher mileage, loads, the best thing to do is try to get some of these lower mileage loads. Go back up into the top and try to grab these lower trip mile loads. And if you do it, if you click on trip miles, you can find the freight that's paying and hit it twice, and you'll find the lowest mile loads. You'll see them right here. All right. And usually low mile loads pays good money on the rate per mile. Now, some of these don't have rates attached to them. That's when you got to use our tool in the back office, our lane rate calculator. Okay, we got a tool in the back office called a lane rate calculator. When you put in the origin and you put in the destination, you put in the type of trailer it is, and then you click find the rate, then it pulls up. It's gonna pull up a low end rate, an average rate, and a high rate for that lane. And it does that by pulling up the last 90 days of load that ran that exact same lane with the exact same train. Okay, and it extrapolates from those loads and what they paid. It extrapolates a low, mid, and high. That's going to give you a good indication of where to start your negotiations with these brokers that don't have the rate listed. Okay, so you'll know if they come at you with a low ball rate, you're going to know it's a low ball rate because you're going to be armed with the lane rate calculation. So we have that. That's another tool that we have in the back office that's free to our students. In case y'all want to know where that is, if you're one of our students, you go to your back office, and that one is going to be in our back office under the more section, which is our secure area. Go to the back office, and you're going to have that lane rate calculator. It's going to be, there it is right there. Lane rate calculator. Lane rate calculator. There it is right there. You're going to have this lane rate calculator that you can go in and you can put in what what the lanes are, and it'll show you what that rate is. Let me demonstrate that for you all real quick here. Let's take this load right here that's not showing anything from Pell City to Birmingham. And that is, what is that, a flatbed? Yeah, it's a flatbed. Pell City to Birmingham, and it's a flatbed. So let's go and put that in. We're going to put that in. We're going to go Pell City, P-E-L-L, Pell City, Alabama, to Birmingham, Alabama. And that is a flatbed. And we're going to click Get Rates. And it's going to come down here. It's going to give you this calculation. See here on the low end, it's $502. Mid-range freight is $659. On the high end is $898. So 502 to 670 to 898. So low 5 to around $900. That is the range. Average is going to be about 670, 659, 670, as you all can see there. Okay, so if they come in and they're offering you less than $500, you know that's a low ball. Man, man, why you lowballing me? I know that the lane race for that lane pays on average between $700 and $1,000. So why you lowballing me with less than 500? So man, let's talk real. Okay, so we help you all to arm yourself with some and it also shows you the map down here, the route, what cities you're gonna go through and stuff like that. So but this is all stuff that we do in our training, our weekly training that we have. We show all this stuff in our weekly training, but this is just some of the stuff that our students have access to when they join the RBBS Just Learn Center. Because we are more than just a training platform. We provide you with tools, resources, a network, all the stuff you're gonna need to make money too, and to save you money. So our students save on average anywhere from $200 to $600 per month, because they don't pay for local port access. They don't pay for shipping. They don't pay to have these type of tools and resources that we provide them. They don't pay for that stuff because we pay for it. Okay? So that's why we're so popular. That's why we're such a great training platform. Okay? That's why people stay with us for a long time. Even after they got all the knowledge they get, they still stick with us. Why? Because why wouldn't they? They're saving money. They're saving money. We have owner operators. We have people who don't even come to us for training, join our platform, just to have access to our back office tools and resources, because they're saving money. Okay, so that's what we're all about. We're showing you how to make money, we're showing you how to save money, and we're providing you with the tools and resources to train and support to ensure that and make that happen. Make sure that you earn more than $100,000 via dispatch and freight from home. Okay, that's what we're all about. Let's check to see if we got any load requests. Nothing over here from Alabama. We haven't gotten a call this morning. Okay, so it looks like this is going to be a quick morning here for what you call it. All right, so y'all see what's going on in Alabama when it comes to loads and stuff. All right, let's go in here and let's go back to the load map. And let's click Alabama again real quick. But this time we're going to click on the different cities. Okay, let's see what's going on in Montgomery. Because remember that load count, total load count doesn't reflect really all the freight. Okay, let's see what's going on in Montgomery. For those of you who are in Montgomery, got some decent paying freight over here in Montgomery. Estimated rate per mile. Let's do my estimated rate per mile. All right. In Montgomery, we got some good short run loads here. And we got some dedicated. See that? New Bull, Casper, Montgomery. We got a lot of dedicated freight. A lot of dedicated freight come down to Montgomery. Okay. And they're short run loads. And you can run a couple of those loads like, a couple of those, here and there. Okay. Here's a load right here, Thomasville. That's not really in Montgomery. You got to deadhead 129 miles to get to Thomasville, Georgia. But if you're in Thomasville, Georgia, right, which is right up the street from where I am, matter of fact, my house is like almost in Thomasville. I live I'm in Tallahassee on the Florida side, but I live way out on Thomasville Road. I'm on Thomasville. I'm out here in what's called Bradfordville Road and Banner Road out here in a area called Killorn Lakes Estates. And I'm right off. I'm off Thomasville Road, way out, I'm way from the city of Tallahassee. I'm like almost. I'm in the country, halfway between. I'm closer to Georgia than I am to the city of Tallahassee. So I'm closer to Thomasville than I am to the city of Tallahassee. So I'm right here, almost at the Georgia-Florida line. Okay, so I go to Thomasville a lot. Okay, Thomasville is right up the street from me. So they got Thomasville to Charlotte, which is a flatbed that's paying $2,300, and it's only 530 miles. You can run that load one day. If you run that load and you find a load going back, let's see if we can do it back home. All right, you run that load, that's gonna be 2,300 miles. I'm sorry, 2,300 bucks, 530 miles. Okay, we do a reverse search. See if there's anything going back the other way. Nothing, let's say within 25 miles, let's do that right there. All right, and we gotta be a flatbed. Let's do that right there. All right, nothing there. Let's say within 25 miles, Thomasville, do that right there. Sometimes it just doesn't register. It says 50 miles, do it right there. Nothing there. Let's do 50 miles here. Nothing there. Let's do within 100 miles here and 50 miles there. Still nothing. 100 there. There's not, we got much going back. Let's do that. Still nothing. Shoot. So it's gonna be tough finding your load going back. It's gonna be real tough finding a load going back for a flatbed. All right, finally something. Let's see what we got here. The closest you got, you're gonna go 60 miles out to Gun. And then it's you're gonna go Troy. Yeah, you're gonna go 60 miles out to Troy, Alabama. To Troy, North Carolina. And then you gotta go back to Gun, Alabama. Which I don't know how close that is to Thomasville, Georgia. Nothing really takes you back to Georgia, but you can go trying to find the lowest, the shortest deadhead miles. So the shortest deadhead miles. All right, so 60 miles is going to be the shortest deadhead miles you're going to have to run. You can go to Troy, take you back to Gun, Alabama. Let's see where Gun, Alabama is compared to Thomasville, Georgia. Let's see, Gun, Alabama. Oh, I know. To Thomasville. Let's do Gun, Alabama to Thomasville, Georgia. With maps. All right. Gun, Alabama to Thomasville, Georgia. You're still about 3 hours away. So that's not going to put you anywhere near, not close. You're not going to be able to get back to Thomasville in time to pick that load up. So that's about 214 miles, 213 miles on the best route. So you're not going to be able to run that and still get back to Thomasville to pick that load up the next day. Okay, so because there's Gun and there's Thomasville. So it's kind of way out the way. All right, so it's going to be tough trying to find a load going back. So that may not be the best possible deal for you in finding freight, going out and then trying to get back to Thomasville. But, happens that way sometimes. Not all of it's going to work out, but you got a lot of other good paying freight down here, Tuscaloosa to Huntsville, and places like that. So you got a lot of great paying freight, a lot of dedicated loads that you can ship through here and you all can kind of check to see what's going back the other way and see if you can get back to where you're going. But the best bet is to take some of these shorter run loads, like this stuff like this right here, because at worst case scenario, you can always just deadhead back and grab another load, even out of it. Okay, so the short run loads is what really works best. Okay, these short run loads is what really works best. So I like looking at these short run loads. Let's go here to deadhead miles. No, let's go here to trip miles. Let's get the shortest trip miles. Let's see what we got here on the shortest trip miles. Like 3 loads, 34 miles, 3 miles, 34 miles, and stuff like that. Those are the loads you really want to take a look at. And these short run loads like this, you know, you want to look at these short run loads because you can, usually when you have these short run loads, you have freight going back and forth. So, like a 91 mile load here. Let's do a reverse search, see what I'm talking about. Reefer RG remove goosenecks. That's remove gooseneck. That's gonna be tough to find because it's a removable gooseneck. Oh no, but there you go. You got some stuff there. Hold on, that's the same load. Look at that. You cut that down. 25. All right, 25, 50, 25, 100. Nothing within that one. Let's say 50, 100. Yeah, you pick up that same, you're showing that same load, which is that same load, which is basically saying you can deadhead back and grab that load. You can deadhead 91 miles back and then you run the same load again. But that's why you take short run load, because you have that option that you can actually deadhead back and grab a load if you can't find a load that's going back. And there's nothing leaving within 50 miles of Montgomery, Alabama. It's going to get you back there. Nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing leaving from within 50 miles of Montgomery, Alabama is going to get you back there. So this is the world we're living in right now when it comes to freight. Okay, so it'll be difficult trying to find your load back. Now, that doesn't mean you can't find a load going back. That just means that on this particular load board, you can't find a load on this going back. Now, with our platform, you get access to more than 100 load boards. Okay, you access more than 100 load boards. You can go to any one of our other load boards and look for freight that's leaving from Castleberry, from Montgomery going back to Castleberry. So search some of the other load boards that we have too. We even have a load board that deals strictly with flatbed and step deck load, which is what this is. Okay, that's a flatbed step deck gooseneck removable load. So you can go to our flatbed load board that we have, and chances are you'll find some freight there on our flatbed load. Okay, so because you're gonna get access when you go to, when you're a member of the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, you got a lot of load boards here. A lot of load boards. Matter of fact, what's that right there? Freight terminal. There's direct freight. Trying to find that quick transport solution. Trying to find that flatbed load. Open Express, Warner, Universal, Logistics, 2 loads, International. There it is right there. Top Flight. This is one of our flatbed load boards. Try to find another one here. Where's the other flatbed load? Straight line transport. Trucking Planet is a good place to go. JB Hunt loads. There it is right there. Load Solution, that's another flatbed load board. And here's the one right here. This is a hot shot carrier. So they got a lot of flatbed loads too. Those of you who want high shot lows, this is a high shot low. Okay. So as y'all can see here, we got quite a few low. So if you can't find it on direct freight, go look for you a backhaul on one of the other low. Chances are you're going to be able to find your backhaul or somewhere close to where it is. All right. Let's check in with my people. All right. Look, that's going to about do it. Hey, Miss Rochelle Benjamin, how you doing? Thank you for joining us this morning. I see you waving. I'm waving back. Hey. All right, look. I know, it's hard to get up early in the morning and get out here with me. But this is the business, though. This is where you make your money. All right. This business has something like a split shift. Okay. Just to let y'all know, this business has something like a split shift. Okay. In the afternoons between 4 and 9 p.m. is when you're calling up the owner operators and you're pitching them. Why? Because they've been driving all day. Owner operators, this is the time when owner operators get up and run freight. Between 4:30 is about the time they get up. Because they usually shut down about 3, 4 o'clock. If you count 10 hours, they're shutting down about 3 o'clock, right? So they got 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 12, 12 to 1, 1 to 2. Then 10 hours is up. They can run freight. Okay. Most of them don't get up at 2 o'clock, but they'll snooze in until about 3:30, 4 o'clock. Then they get up, get in the fuel aisle, fuel their truck up, go inside, get some breakfast, watch the early morning news or sports or whatever it may be. Then they are waiting. That's the time when their dispatcher is calling them, saying, "Hey man, where you at?" "I'm in Montgomery, Alabama." "Okay, where you trying to go?" "It doesn't matter, man. Just get me out of Montgomery." "All right, great. I'm calling you back in about 5 minutes." Right? Why? Because you done been up looking for freight. Okay. Now, how did you get that owner operator? Well, if the owner operator got up at 4 something in the morning, they got running by 6 a.m., right? That's 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 o'clock. They're shutting down. And when they shut down, what's the first thing they do when they shut down? They go to the truck stop, they pull in your parking space, they go inside, get them a shower, get something to eat. After they get something to eat, then they usually wind up watching some TV show that they don't watch during the lounge because somebody else got the remote control first. Okay. So because of that, that is now the best time to call them, between that 4 o'clock and 9 p.m. Because between 5 or 6 o'clock and 9 p.m., they ain't doing that. They ain't doing nothing. They either in the lounge chilling or they're in the back of the truck watching TV or doing something that, that's the time to call them and hit them with the pitch and get them signed up to your dispatch group. So as a dispatcher, you want to build your clientele in the afternoon. You want to find freight to make money in the early mornings. So between 4 and 9 p.m. is the time for you to build your clientele, get clientele. Between 5 a.m. in the morning and 6 a.m. in the morning is when you're looking for freight. And then you're calling up the carriers, you're calling the brokers between 7 a.m. to confirm that freight, or 6:30, or you send them messages at 5 a.m. and they send you a message back saying that, yeah, we confirm you on that load, this and that. You're doing your confirmation, so your carriers get dispatched out. So by 9 o'clock in the morning, you're done. Because all the good freight is gone by 9, plus on that. All right, so by 9 o'clock in the morning, you're pretty much done. And if you did like I did this morning, I confirmed 9 loads this morning. Okay, made myself almost $2,000 before 7 a.m. Before 7 a.m. Now, when I get off here, I'm going to confirm some more loads. And then about 9 o'clock, I'm probably going to wind up doing about 3,700, somewhere in that area, which is what I normally do just about every morning. I usually set myself for around about $3,000 to $3,700 every morning. Okay. Now, I don't get paid that the same day. I get paid that after they pick up the loads, drop the loads, and then I get paid on the loads about 2 or 3 days later when the loads get dropped, ran, and the broker send all the paperwork in. The broker sends up to the factory company pays, and I invoice my carrier, and my carrier pays me by the end of the week. Okay, so that's how it works. That's how it works. I mean, come on. I mean, this is a good lifestyle. during the day, I got time to do what I want. I can ride my bike. I can go out in my backyard and work on my deck. As y'all know, I just resurfaced my deck. I painted it red and all that type of stuff. Working on my, work on my gazebo. Do whatever I want to do. Run around town. Whatever I need to do. Go to the gym, which I need to do more of. Get back in that gym. Go to the gym, do some stuff like that. Spend some time with my family and stuff like this and that. And then at 5 o'clock, making phone calls. Right? But me, what I do in the afternoon is I do training. Okay. So, but as a dispatcher, that's not a bad lifestyle. That's not a bad lifestyle, especially for something that can earn you very easily $150,000 to $60,000 a year with just 5 on operators. And if you're scaling your business where you're supposed to be scaling your business, you can turn that into a $200,000-$300,000 a year very quickly and very easily if you scale your business where we tell you how to scale it doing our training. All right. Don't forget, tonight is training, and we're on step 2, which is locating owner-operators. So tonight, we're going to be showing you all where to go to locate the owner-operators, because in order to pitch them, you got to locate them. So tonight is going to be on locating owner-operators. I'm going to show you all the different sites that we use to locate owner-operators, show you how we locate soft closers and hard closers on the pitch. So that's what we're doing tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there, same link here for the live Zoom meeting. But we're going to be broadcasting live on YouTube as we always do for our How to Dispatch training series. Look, thank you all again for joining me today for the Lobo Report. Ms. Rochelle, thank you. Good morning to you. I appreciate you for joining in and coming in. And this evening on YouTube, thank you all for who joined on YouTube. Look, I look to see you all back here this afternoon at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the How to Dispatch training. And on Saturday, we're going to be having our broker training. And on Sunday, we have our owner-op training, how to get more home time and make more money as an owner-operator. Then Monday, we have our owners meetings for those people who are getting their own RBBS and just learn sense. Thank you all again. Y'all have a great day.